The OE style headlights that we have here today will be a perfect choice for the 09 to 18 Ram owners out there looking for a way to affordably clean up and refresh a damaged driver's side or passenger side option. Now this light will feature a chrome housing with a crystal clear lens along with the amber reflector, all for the low $100 price point for the individual options or just over $200 for the pair. Installation, according to the site, is going to give this one a soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Call it 30 minutes to complete per side, as we'll demonstrate later in the video. All right guys, so before we go any further, I do want to point out that while we are talking about both the driver side and the passenger side headlights in this particular video, they are going to be sold separately, so just bear that in mind. Now, if you only need one side, well, simply just pull the trigger on either one, but if you want to give the front end a complete refresh and need both, well then, obviously, you are going to have to buy both the item numbers 111094 and 111095 to totally refresh that front end. But getting back to the headlights that we're talking about here again today, and the big takeaway from these options is the low buck OE replacement design. Listen, you're not getting any fancy projectors or LEDs. Instead, you're just simply going for a basic factory swap in the interest of saving a few bucks. Now, you will find that same chromed plastic base or housing that is then topped off with a crystal clear polycarbonate lens. All of which, guys, is finally sealed up watertight to help prevent any moisture or condensation from getting inside the housings or behind the lens over time. Now, these headlights do not include any bulbs, guys, so you'll either need to swap over your stockers or you could possibly use this as an opportunity to upgrade. Finally, the lights have been given both the DOT and that SAE stamp of approval, making them legal for use in all 50 states. But now we do want to shift gears and get into the install as promised earlier, so without further ado, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools used for this uninstall: 3/8 electric impact gun, 3/8 ratchet, 10mm deep socket. Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to install our OEM factory headlight here in our 2014 Dodge Ram. But first we're going to watch a short uninstall video, then we'll jump right back in the installation.
All right, so the first step in our uninstall is to grab a 10mm socket, and what we're going to do is remove the 4 10mm bolts holding on the top of our grill. All right, so once the bolts are out of our grill, you can lift up on the brackets and pull straight out towards you. All right, next up, we're gonna remove the 2 10mm bolts at the top and bottom of your headlight. Grab your 10mm socket and let's get the top one out first. Now we're gonna use just a regular ratchet with a 10mm socket because this one is a little bit harder to get to. With the bolts removed, you can grab your headlight and wiggle it forward. If your wiring harness is still attached to the back of the headlight, make sure you're removing that. We're gonna unplug both connectors. Pull back on the red tabs, press down and remove them. And remove your headlight.
So now we have our factory headlight removed. We have our new OEM headlight here on the table. What I'm going to show you today is that we're going to take the bulbs out of this one and install this in this one. And then when you get your other headlight out, you're going to be able to do the same. So first thing we'll do is we'll take our headlight bulb out, install it in here, and then take our bulb out of here and install it in this here. So now what we're going to first do is remove our turn signal bulb here, install that into this one over here, remove our cover from our new one, remove our cover from our old one, disconnect our connector here, twist, turn our low beam out. I'm going to take it over into this light. Install it. Take our connector that we have here, push that up in, just like that. Reinstall this cover. We're going to remove our bottom cover here. Come over to our stock headlight here. Remove that cover. Inside, we're going to pop our connector off, twist, turn out our high beam, take it over to our new one here, put it in place, twist it into place like that, take our new connector, connect that like that, put our new cover back on. Now we're ready to install our headlight. So now we have our headlights in place. We put our turn signal bulb, our headlight in. We're going to take this unit, stick it back in our vehicle. We have 2 electrical connections here we have to hook up. Put our 10 millimeters back in here, then we'll start reassembling the truck. So first thing we're going to do is hook up our black connector here. You hear it clip into place just like that. We'll do the same with our green one here. And you'll hear it click into place. Now we'll take and put our headlight into place. Just gonna make sure our wires aren't gonna get pinched. Pull them back. Slide this into place here. Just like that. Now once it's in place, we'll start our 2 10 millimeters, tighten them up, and our headlight will be in. So now we're going to start our 2 10 millimeter bolts right here. There's one here, one down here. So what I'm going to do is take my 3/8 gun with my 10 millimeter, tighten the top one up. And again, it's plastic. You don't have to go super tight, especially not with a gun. I'm gonna take my 3/8 drive ratchet here, tighten this one up down here. So now what we'll do is we'll put our grill on and then put our top piece on, and we'll be wrapping this up. So now we're gonna reinstall our grill. I'm gonna take and put our grill on, tap it in place on both sides. And then we'll reinstall our top 4 bolts and tighten them up. So now we're going to install our 4 10 millimeters, 2 here, 2 there, and we'll tighten them up. And get them started. The difference in one, our truck was repaired a couple times because we take these on and off. So we have a couple different screws. So now I'm going to take my 10 millimeter, my 3/8 gun, tighten them up just like that. Now we'll install our radiator support cover. Now we'll reinstall our rad support cover. We'll stick it in place, get our push clips lined up. And that'll wrap up this install. That wraps up this review and install of our OE style headlight chrome housing clear lens driver side for 09 to 18 Ram 1500s with factory halogen non-projector headlights. Thanks for watching, and for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.